Southeast Asia, a country where diverse ethnic and religious cultures harmonize in one land. With a population of over 30 million and the 38th largest GDP in the world. Growing as an emerging power in Southeast Asia, this is Malaysia, the land of coexistence. Here, three ethnic groups, Malay, Chinese, and Indian, adhere to their respective religions and cultures but live without conflicts or quarrels. Respect for others and an open mind that they naturally had in their body, they gladly embraced ATOMY. Land of coexistence, ATOMY met in Malaysia. The story of hope created by Malaysia and ATOMY unfolds. Malaysia's capital, Kuala Lumpur. ATOMY Malaysia was started here in November 2016. It is one of the overseas subsidiaries that have led the growth of global ATOMY with a steady increase in the number of members and sales since its opening.
As per our performance in Malaysia, our market share is about 2% in the whole industry. Despite of the pandemic that we have for the past 2 years, the number of centers is still growing in Malaysia. We have grown from 300 over centers to right now we have over 436 centers, and new centers still keep coming in. For the number of the membership that we have in Malaysia right now, we have about 920,000 members active, and the total registration is about 2 million in Malaysia.
Even after the sudden outbreak of COVID-19, ATOMY Malaysia was quick to respond.
Malaysia team have been doing online seminar when pandemic strikes, and of course, the member response is quite positive until today. With this opportunity given to have global content for our members during the pandemic, members are able to understand and keep them updated with the overseas news, and of course, the different stories of every leader around the world.
ATOMY Malaysia, which has stretched again after overcoming the adversity of the COVID-19 pandemic, is preparing for another leap forward.
The future goals of ATOMY Malaysia is to introduce more GSGS products with absolute quality and absolute price. We also plan to have more offline seminars in different states of Malaysia, and ultimately to nurture members to be the best versions of themselves and also to achieve their life scenario goals.
We met a woman who flew to Malaysia shortly after the recent COVID-19 slowdown. Before, I studied abroad in the United States. After living in the United States for about 6 years, I was a little tired. So I thought, now then, I'll go to Korea and earn some money so that I can come back to study and become a professor. I've worked at English language school and as a private tutor. But I don't have any personal time. I don't have a life. So I decided to get a job. When I was still looking for a job, my aunts continuously told me to take a look at ATOMY. It's really good, just check it out. She got to know ATOMY through the strong recommendation of her aunts. Half curious and half excited, she followed her aunts to a seminar. Finally, I went to a seminar. My aunt said, "Please, let's go to a seminar. Let's go to a seminar." So I went and watched a video there, the chairman's video. In that video, the chairman was saying, "As an aunt, when your nephew is getting married, do not worry all night whether you should give them 100,000 won or 200,000 won, but just give them 30 million won as a congratulatory money." To be honest, I was really surprised. What are they doing to earn 30 million won? Give their nephews 30 million won as congratulatory money when they aren't even their own kids. However, it is true that she is young in her 20s, and her view of ATOMY business wasn't convincing. I don't think the first year was quite easy. When my friends bought, they were just one toothbrush and one toothpaste like that, and I had to go to Seoul to deliver them. When I met them, I had to eat with them and things like that. It was hard. But the thing that shocked me the most was that I had a very close friend at that time, and I said to her twice, "Let me meet your mother once. Let me see her only once." Then she said, "If you can say that one more time, I'll cancel the ID I've already registered." Atomy's business was just hard at first. It was abroad that she found the answer to the success. A bit after I'd started my business, Atomy Philippines Corporation opened. So, at the opening ceremony in the Philippines, my aunt said that she had a partner, and she asked me to go with her as an interpreter, so I went. And it was really amazing. The venue was on the second floor, but I couldn't even go up because of people. Too many people. Honestly, I've never seen such a sight. What the heck is this? Why has so many people come? So, is this what really a foreign business is about? Can this really work? It could work, I thought. She realized a vision of doing business abroad. In order to make that vision blossom in earnest, the place she chose was Malaysia. In the case of Malaysia, it opened after the Philippines. But right before it opened, they needed an interpreter. So they initially suggested that I would go with them. It was really nice once I'd come to Malaysia. The security was good and the locals were nice. They welcomed Koreans. So after that, I went back to Korea and searched very hard for someone with Malaysian connection. When my cousin went to college, one of her classmates was a student from Malaysia. So she introduced him to me and he gave me some names on Facebook. Without knowing their age, gender, or occupation, she only knew names, but she still tried to contact them blindly. The number of people I contacted, I think there were about 7 or 8 people. They all rejected. More than half of them didn't even answer at all. But just one, I remember that he replied me timely on that same day. What kind of business is that? Do you have a prospectus or something? I just made a leaflet and sent it in English. And then, when I came to the meeting, he really showed up just on time. So that became a bonding relationship, and we've come to this day today. It was an ambitious overseas business that was started with a passion for success, but it was never easy to interact with strangers with different languages and cultures. Changing Malaysian locals as business people, to be honest, the process of changing wasn't easy. For the first success, I bought 9 lodging tickets, scraping all the money I had. But that day, only 4 people came and sat for an hour before leaving. That night, I had 4 rooms by myself. I checked all the rooms. I think it was then that I made that decision. Each room, I must fill them all up. I will definitely do after sales. Her commitment that day, which made her stronger, laid the foundation for her rapid growth in Malaysia. But by the time her business started settling, everything in Malaysia suddenly stopped due to the COVID-19 that swept the world. COVID-19 has had a huge impact around the world, especially in Malaysia. The lockdown started in March 2020. It's called MCO. It was actually there in Malaysia during that period, so all the flights were cancelled. So I had to leave really suddenly. Now I don't even remember how I got out of the country. She was forced to leave as if being chased, but she had to do something, not just waiting. She tried not to let go of her sense of responsibility to her local Malaysian partners who trusted and depended on her. Thanks to this, she was able to overcome the pandemic situation without much difficulty. First of all, I started Zoom video meeting right away. In our case, we held Zoom meetings as soon as I came to Korea. In the early days of COVID-19, it was difficult for many people. How would I contact new people? Now I can't meet new people at their houses. How am I supposed to explain the business on the phone? Even if it's short, we talked face to face, joking around. Even for a brief moment, we kept doing things like that. To be honest, I think the business did better in the COVID-19 situation. After 2 years of waiting, she finally returned to Malaysia. She says there's a place she must stop by first. My Malaysian family! I'm on my way to meet them. She looks so excited. Where is she going?
Hi! Good to see you! Come in. Sure. Hold on.
This is Ren's home, her first Malaysian partner. In the early days of business, Ren held out her hand. To her, Ren is the most precious relationship.
When she came, she asked me to go to Ara Damansara, a condo there. And I went over and there were products there and they shared the marketing plan, the compensation plan, which I wasn't interested at all. And I felt a bit regretted because I went there and it was an MLM. And I was never interested in an MLM before. But somehow Moon Hee was very persistent. She asked me to try on the products. Tried it on my hand and it was really good, but I tried to hide my excitement because it was really cheap. It was too cheap. It was unbelievably cheap. So I kind of pity her. If I do not buy the products from her, she will eventually have to carry it back to Korea. So I bought everything from her.
So how are you? Long time no see. Yeah, thank you.
The reason Ren saw ATOMY again was because of an unexpected person.
As you know, I said that the price was too cheap and I was a little bit scared to use the product, so I just left it there. And after weeks, people start commenting on his skin, his complexion. How come people complimenting on his skin but not mine? So after that, I got to find out that he's been using all the ATOMY products. And from that day on, I started to believe in the ATOMY products. Then I started to get to know more about ATOMY and wanted to do this ATOMY business.
The couple who have experienced the absolute quality and absolute price of ATOMY are now running the ATOMY business together.
We should thank ATOMY. ATOMY products have many strengths. Because the brand I used before was expensive, I was a little scared to use it. However, ATOMY products are relatively cheap, so I try to use it as much as possible. The more I use it, the better my skin gets. The advantage of ATOMY's business is that you can spend a lot of time with your family. I also think there are a lot of opportunities to achieve financial independence. Even when you reach retirement age, I think the advantage is that you don't have to worry financially.
Ren and his family say that they are now close enough to be like family.
She isn't just a partner to me. She's like my mother, sometimes, actually many times. And she's like my big sister. You know, I came to Malaysia without knowing anyone, but she really embraced me as part of family. I believe that kind of experience doesn't really have to happen to anyone. Like, you know, it's very rare experience in the life. Cake Land New means everything to me.
Moon Hee Kwan was like a little girl when she came to Malaysia. So actually, me and my family kind of pity her because she's actually very brave and she came all the way here all alone by herself. And she is, even though she's clumsy, but one thing that she never forgets and never misses is the success. They are really, really nice. And they treat me like a family too, just like how my family treats Moon Hee like a family. So we will cherish this relationship. And many, many years ago, since I joined ATOMY,
Really?
Yeah.
A few days later, we met her early in the morning and she looks very busy. For what reason? Because a lot of my partners are in Penang. So I have to go to Penang now, so I'm a little busy. Penang, about 1 hour by plane and 4 hours by car from Kuala Lumpur. It is a small city where you can better feel the unique atmosphere of Malaysia, where various cultures coexist. In particular, Georgetown, the main city of Penang, is a charming place with the entire city designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. When she arrives in Penang, she says there is a place she should stop by before going to the ATOMY Center. Where might this place be?
Hello, come on in.
Hello! They welcome her very warmly.
Wow, this is so nice. Very nice. Yeah.
These two here are the start of my Penang ATOMY business. These are Miss Yanchi and Mr. Wallace. Nice to meet you. In fact, Miss Ren is originally from Penang. So, Miss Ren told me that there are relatives and other acquaintances in Penang. So I came to Penang on a whim. Like when I visited Ren, I went to Penang blindly. At that time, she met Yanchi in Penang, and her relationship with Yanchi is also a special memory that she will never forget. The first meeting with Miss Yanchi was quite scary. Because Mr. Yanchi originally imported and sold cosmetics sold in Korea and Japan to Malaysia by creating his own website. So when we brought our products and gave them to him for test, he seemed to like them. So I thought that the meeting went well. Yanchi said that he would sell ATOMY products on her personal website. So when I said online resale isn't available, Miss Yanchi got angry and told me to leave and kick me out. I was really scared that day. I'd held the meeting wrong. I went back to Kuala Lumpur again with a painful heart. Just a week later, Ren contacted me. He said, our Miss Yanchi is interested in the business, so let's go and meet him again. In the end, it was ATOMY's Absolute product that reconnected the relationship between those two, which would have remained as a bad memory. The start was not very good. I am highly against direct selling. I've done direct sales in the past, but it failed. I also incurred credit card debt, which is a big shock. So I just hated even hearing about direct sales.
In the past, when my wife and I were doing business, we'd stocked a lot of inventory. In other words, we owed a lot. We incurred a lot of credit card debt.
A new opportunity called ATOMY came to the couple who were in deep despair due to business failure. A beam of light shone down on the couple's life again. After meeting ATOMY, the old problems disappeared. ATOMY product doesn't need to stock up. There is no need to prepare the funds to purchase the product. I had more and more free time.
I made money at ATOMY. I'd cleared out all the credit card debt. I'm so glad I bought a house as well.
Our lives have completely changed. A special relationship with ATOMY. She has now become an invaluable friend to the Yanchi couple. The next day, Sharon Rose, Master Moon Hee Kwan, headed to the Penang Center. It was her first visit to the Penang Center in over 2 years.
Hi! Good to see you. So how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you.
I feel a lot like when I first started a business. During the MCO period, in fact, not many partners came to the center. So I feel like I'm receiving an energy once again. Here, seeing our partners directly again, I can feel the passion. I feel like I have to work harder. Penang members have higher interests in ATOMY than anyone else and are full of passion for business. Why did they choose ATOMY? Seeing my friends who are in ATOMY business, everyone's skin was so nice, pretty, and beautiful. I thought, maybe can I be like them? After using the product, I was surprised to see the effect. The whole skin has changed. I found out that ATOMY can really make the skin better. Also, from ATOMY friends around me, I've learned that I have to love myself a lot.
Whether you have a lot of money or not, anyone can start ATOMY business. ATOMY is easy for everyone, so that anyone can get into this system. Anyone can develop easily.
A few days later, Sharon Rose Master, Moon Hee Kwan, and her Malaysian partners got together. They seemed to enjoy a meeting after a long time. We can feel a sense of happiness from the smiling faces of those who share a common point called ATOMY. What did they gain through the ATOMY business?
ATOMY was completely different from other companies that engaged in direct selling. Simply put, in ATOMY's business, once income is stabilized, it's hard to fall back. After having a stable income, worries about the future are gone. I go on to a trip with my family every weekend. We eat delicious food and just travel around. This is the life I've been dreaming of.
After starting the ATOMY business for 6 months, I tried ATOMY products. Slowly, the products I use, I switched to ATOMY products. 6 months later, from ATOMY, I got my first allowance. With the commission I received from ATOMY, I was able to save my living expenses. Especially gas bills, water bills, cars, I was able to pay for fuel. By ATOMY's absolute quality, absolutely priced products. A lot of changes have happened in my life.
I become more outspoken. Normally, when I see people, I don't really talk much. Now, I'm more aware and not so scared of strangers. Actually, I speak to strangers even much better now than last time. I must and will try to become an auto sales master and will help to build more sales master below me in future.
Her efforts played a role in changing her partners' lives by spending a lot of time with them and listening to what they had to say. This is her communication know-how. I was always there. No matter what partners said, I accepted everything. Only then can I open their hearts. Because I thought only then they'd take the business seriously. In fact, since this is a business that can be done anytime, anywhere, it is a business that cannot be done if one does not open the heart and feel comfortable. So I wanted my partners to be as comfortable and enjoyable as possible. ATOMY is more enjoyable when they feel happy spending time with me, so I think I focused a little more on that. For Malaysian partners, she takes the lead and put effort in every moment. We are also curious about the meaning of ATOMY in her life. How much our partners have grown? You've seen it all. I was really surprised. The house changed, the mind changed, and what the way they speak changed. And I think that's what makes ATOMY really special. I'm able to write the life scenario of my life. I can look back on my life. I can change my life. Anything, it's up to me. But what makes it possible to achieve that is, for me, ATOMY is growth. A place where diversity is respected, a place where the value of coexistence is known. Land of harmony, Malaysia. And the ATOMY people met in Malaysia. They are not afraid of change and do not hesitate to take on challenges. Dreaming of a better tomorrow? Steps together with ATOMY. It is ATOMY that will bring the compass of their lives until the day their dreams become reality.